Hi, I'm Brian.
Hey everybody, we're back to talk about our erosion control update. So we've had a few videos on kind of what happened on with our water line, that the erosion kind of exposed it and we had to fix that. But there are some bigger picture issues around the land in general. So we've been trying to figure out what options we have. We had a lady recently out from the University of Arizona. They have an extension program out for Cochise County. So there's a lady from Sierra Vista that came out and walked the property with us, and she had a lot of ideas. We identified some spots. Unfortunately, there's a lot of places that are kind of off of our land, and that's where it gets a little tricky. So because you want to, with erosion control, you want to kind of catch the water and slow it down and spread it as early as possible, as high elevation as possible and as early as possible before it picks up a lot of steam. And so that would involve other pieces of land. So we're identifying the pieces of land around us and those owners, and we'll be in contact with the county and maybe some other owners and things. But the point is, the lady kind of gave us she gave us some options, and she's looking into more options. So she's been really helpful. She's feeding us a lot of resources and a lot of connections to other people, and even to some volunteer organizations and things like that. So because it's a big job. I mean, there's some things that you can do sort of small and on your land and quick, but it takes a lot of different solutions, or a lot of one solution. Basically, the main solution she talked about was check dams.
What will be our next step?
Well, the next thing, when she left here, kind of the next thing she wanted from us, she saw the property, but she wanted us to send her. I haven't sent them yet, but I took some. Basically, it's document what's happening so that you can show the change. It was hard for her to tell while she was here what had happened just this year, but a lot of it happened just this year. Obviously when that water line issue happened, we lost a good bit of land right there this year, but that's not obvious from a picture. You just see something. So you want to kind of document what's happening and talk about how much something is widening or eroding. So she wanted to see some pictures from us so that she could share them with some other people. She's basically, I think she was a little surprised actually by the scale of what we're dealing with, by how big some of the situations are. So I mean, she was still
really interesting.
She was still helpful, but I think she wants to even talk to a lot of other people. So we're going to get her some pictures. We took a bunch. I need to pick a few out and send them to her. Picture doesn't really do it justice. She said even while she was here that she wished she had brought some other people. So they may make another trip back. I told them they're welcome back anytime, because it's going to take a lot of work. Now, luckily, we have a little bit of time before the next monsoon season, but we can't just do nothing, or just wait until the next monsoon season, because we'll get hammered pretty good. So, but that was very informative. She has been already very helpful, and I think will continue to be helpful. We've also got some other ideas. I think we're going to get in touch with the county and propose some ideas that we have. So I guess I called the county, and basically what they said was you need their permission to make changes. So it depends on the wash, it depends on the size. You can make a proposal of what you'd like to do, and they will either accept or reject it. And that is a formal process with some documentation, but she said it only costs like $40 or something. So we might propose a few things to the county and see what we can do there. But maybe if it's big enough, the one question that's interesting for us, and even the lady that came out, you can't really answer it just by looking at it. We're questioning whether, obviously the wash is the wash, but we have on another edge of our property, we've got a lot of, I say ravines.
Big cracks.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell. I had just a gut feeling when we got here. I don't know why I felt this, but it just felt that way to me, like the ground had sunk. Like it was, the term she used was subsidence. Just from like groundwater pumping and things, just kind of pulling.
You mean this that we're on now, or out there?
Out on the edge.
Oh.
It's hard to tell whether it's a wash from flowing water or whether the ground actually sunk, or maybe both. Maybe the ground sunk and then it became a wash. But the question becomes, the reason we have to keep pursuing this is, the question is, what is the county willing to do, or how much does the county care about different things, or is it all just on us, basically? So when you talk about things like maybe subsidence from groundwater pumping or things like that, maybe other people get involved, or maybe other people care. So it's a process. You know, we're still early in that process, so we're working on it. So that's some of the things we've been doing. We're doing a lot of reading, a lot of research. And speaking of reading and research, we're doing the same for a carport that we'd like to build here soon. We're kind of playing with a couple of options. One that's sort of our neighbor Derek. We've been helping him with his garage build from Versatube. I've been in contact with Versatube about a kind of a prefab carport thing. But I'm also trying to see what the alternative, you know, kind of building it myself, and wood, and just the different options. So we want to see where that comes in with cost, and just how things would feel, and how comfortable we'd feel about each one of those. So we're working through that, but that's a lot of reading, a lot of research. I'm drawing things in SketchUp, so there's been a lot of that going on. There's a couple flies out here.
I got bugs, and I can't see.
So that's most of what we've been doing. A lot of reading, a lot of research. Things are behaving okay, by the way. The thing, you know, AC, energy, those things are behaving. Our water's, knock on wood, been okay since.
It's really cool in the mornings. It's really
the weather's starting to change. It still gets warm during the day, but it's cooler in the morning.
It's
the
nice
rains,
right now.
big rains, I think, have stopped. I think there's a little rain in the forecast maybe in the next few days, but I don't know how big it'll be, or if it'll actually happen. But we're also about to take another little, I don't know if I'd call it a vacation or not, but my sister's actually getting married, and I've got some family visiting from back east, so we're going to be bopping around a little bit, maybe up to Phoenix, maybe check out our place in Mexico. It's been a little while, in Rocky Point. I think we did a video on one of those before if you want to go back and look, but I would say, because of that, I would say, you know, keep an eye on Instagram for the next week or so. I'm sure we'll be putting a lot of stuff on there, just probably tidbits of doing things up in Phoenix and maybe down in Mexico. So keep an eye on that. I don't know if we'll get a chance to get a YouTube video out or not. We'll try. But that's, I just want to give an update of what we're up to. What else is going on? Anything? Dallas is sick. We're trying to take care of that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Dallas has been having trouble. We've been having a hard time sleeping because Dallas is having a hard time sleeping.
It was worse than having a newborn baby because we were up every single hour. But on the bright side, at least she went to the door.
She went to the door
instead of doing.
She's having stomach issues. We're actually taking her to the vet today, so we're trying to get that worked out. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it's just a stomach bug or something. Maybe that'll pass.
She's almost 13, so.
But yeah, she's been having some stomach issues, so we've been dealing with that. It's making it hard to sleep.
Anyway, hopefully.
Anything else?
I got nothing.
I got nothing. All right, well, we'll see y'all soon. Keep checking back, and check us out on Instagram, because we'll be putting a lot of more
stuff, pictures. What we're doing?
More consistent, or more content on Instagram over the next week or so, as we do some visiting. All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.